ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, fans, please direct your attention to the UCCU video board.
It is time for baseball here in Orem, Utah, as the Wolverines get set to take on Niagara in game one of a rare It is time for Utah Valley baseball as the Wolverines get set to take on Niagara. The Purple Eagles in town for a rare two-game series beginning tonight, Monday, and tomorrow, Tuesday. And it is a beautiful, clear night, blue skies above as the Wolverines take the field. I am Jordan Bianucci alongside my partner Ryan Pickens.
He pitched in that UC Davis series. So, Jordan, the biggest thing that I think Mason Gray can do tonight, keep the ball down, give head coach Eric Madsen some innings, and, you know, maybe try to get maybe 4 or 5 innings from Mason Gray tonight to reserve some of that bullpen because you still got another game tomorrow after this.
Indeed, and Mason Gray delivers a first pitch fastball at 88 miles an hour, a called strike on the outside corner. First pitch at 6:02 local time, as Gray delivers another fastball. This one misses high and away. One ball, one strike the count. A swing and a fly ball off the bat of Bailey, shallow right field near the foul line. It's going to be the second baseman Hall just in foul territory, and that's how this game gets started. One away. The game time temperature 51 degrees and sunny.
And that's big there for Mason Gray to get the first out of the ball game right now. The biggest thing that Wolverines could do, Jordan, you'd like to get off to a fast start tonight. We don't talk about that as much in baseball as we do other sports, but a fast start in baseball means an early run and get some quick defensive outs. Maybe try to send them 6 up, 6 down, or something like that to get stuff started as we see a fastball outside for ball one. And just try to kind of maybe change the course of the season. The nice thing is you have a new series after the St. Mary's.
Yes, indeed. The Wolverines looking to get back on track. A ball misses down low to Serrano. It's 2-0. The Wolverines come in with a record 2-12. They have lost 4 in a row. The Purple Eagles, rather, are 1-10. They lost earlier today. Yes, today they played the University of Utah over at BYU because of field conditions in Salt Lake City. Niagara lost that ball game as the left-handed hitting Serrano fouls one back to the screen. It's 2-1 to him.
And it's tough for Niagara to come so far.
A swing and a pop-up. Foul territory, this one down the left field line. Estrada near the bullpen area. He makes the grab by the sidewall, and they're 2 away. And you mentioned, Ryan, just to emphasize, the Wolverines have not been playing well. And there's just no way around it. Costly errors in the field, haven't been hitting the baseball. It would be huge if they could get a clean inning here.
Well, and really what you want to do, and we talked about this before we went on the air, and other teams in the Western Athletic Conference may feel different about this, but in the WAC, you're really looking at one team getting into the NCAA tournament historically, and so you really want to start figuring out your best baseball here, because if you're Utah Valley, you have these 2 games against Niagara, and then you have 3 against UC Irvine over the weekend, and then you're into WAC play, and then the games really do start to count. These games count too, record-wise, but in a one-team bid like the WAC, it really matters about playing your best baseball and those kind of things, because then you have to finish in the top 6.
The right-handed hitter, Peter Battaglia, took a ball, then fouled one off. Now he takes another breaking ball outside. It's 2-1 to him. Ryan Gray, the 2-1 pitch, a swing and a pop-up. This one also in foul territory. First base side, it's going to be Polson, a 2-handed grab, and the inning is over. 3 foul outs. A nice job by Mason Gray, and the Wolverines get that clean inning they've been looking for. We head to the last of the first. Niagara nothing. The Wolverines coming up.
Outfield, Benny Serrano in left, Dawson Bailey in center. In right field, Alex Zulia. On the infield will be Michael Gabriel at third base. Shortstop will be Max Gorodano. The second baseman, Marty Cole. Over at first base is Peter Battaglia. Behind the plate will be Joseph Tevlin with Matthew Brash on the mound. And you talked about it, Jordan, before. A clean first inning for Utah Valley. Now you get the flip side of that. This is where you'd like to maybe put a 1 or a 2 spot up early on Brash, but boy, his stat line's been pretty good. It's going to be a tough night potentially for the Wolverines.
And Brash right away, a fastball at 92 miles an hour that's fouled back by Trevor Howell. 0-1. Howell has really struggled early on this season, hitting just 169. Trying to get that bat going. The 1-strike pitch to him, another fastball. This one topped foul. And Brash took something off that one at 87 miles an hour. And it's 0-2. Well, you mentioned the numbers. Ryan Brash has really been great this season for Niagara. The right-hander working from the windup. No score, last of the first. The pitch, a curveball. This one in on the hands, and it's popped up. The second baseman, Cole, is under it. And the Wolverines have one down here. Well, Niagara, I should say, has one down here in the last of the first inning. Here is Michael Beltran with the bases empty.
And this is where that schedule, Jordan, for Niagara probably really has helped, because you talked about, I think they got 1 in yesterday against Utah. No games in yesterday, Utah. So they played Utah earlier today. They come back here. So really you're seeing their number 2 guy here instead of maybe seeing a long reliever, another 4 or 5 guy that you would normally see on a Monday night game like this.
That fastball hits 94. A strike to Beltran. He's swinging a hot bat, hitting 380 on the year. Open stance from the right side. The 1-strike offering swung on and missed. A fastball on the outside at 91, and it's 0-2. Well, right now it's going to be tough for the hitters. The pitcher's mound is in the sunshine, but that infield grass where it meets the edge of the pitcher's mound is in the shade. And also the way the grandstand is here with the roof, the overhang, the 0-2 misses outside. The batter's eyes, part of the batter, the area, the home plate area, is actually in the sunshine. So as it stays light out longer with daylight savings time, it's going to be tough to see in the early innings for the batter and for the left side of the infield and the left fielder. A ball misses. A check swing. He did not go around. It's 2-2. Beltran, the senior. The 2-2 fastball misses up high, and the count is full.
And this is where we talked about it a little bit over the St. Mary's series, where Utah Valley came out really aggressive. I'm interested to see if the Wolverines maybe change their approach tonight, maybe make Brash work a little bit quicker than they've had to before in the past.
The 3-2 fastball gets Beltran. He swung and missed, was late on it, and they're 2 away. That's the first strikeout for Brash out of Ontario. The Canadian hard thrower. Here is Paul. Base is empty. 0-0. We're in the last of the first inning. Game 1 of this 2-game set. Part of this 9-game homestand for the Wolverines. Brash winds and fires, and a fastball, or a slider, I beg your pardon, gets away from him. Way outside. It's 1-0. Estrada is hitting .246 on the year, 1 RBI, no home runs. The 1-0. Fastball misses upstairs. Ball 2. Estrada on the year hitting .268 against righties. The 2-0 pitch, a swing and a pop-up. Center field, now it's carrying a bit as the wind is blowing out. Back into deep right center field is Bailey. He makes the grab as he backpedals and the inning is over. The Wolverines go down in order. We head to the second inning. Niagara nothing, the Wolverines nothing on GoUVU.com. Marco swung and missed at the next 2. A bunt shown here by Hall. He pulls it back and takes a ball inside. It's 1-1.
Yeah, and those are in-game adjustments we've seen. I think it was yesterday afternoon. I was watching a little bit of Oregon State, Coastal Carolina up in Seattle, and it was interesting to see Oregon State's pitcher went through the first time through the lineup and just kind of went through guys 1 through 9, and then second, third time through when Coastal Carolina made adjustments, all of a sudden they started making contact, they started laying off pitches, and so sometimes it takes one time through to kind of see what's going on before you know exactly how good a pitcher is going to be, and that's when as a pitcher you have to make adjustments, you have to be able to mix your pitches up and things through that. If not, they're going to start timing the fastball and knowing when it's going to break.
Here's a line drive into center field. It's going to fall in front of Bailey. Sims stops at second, and there are runners on first and second with just 1 out. So nice job by Hall going right back up the middle with that one, and the Wolverines are threatening. All weekend long, the Wolverines were able to get guys on base for the most part, but they were unable to come up with a timely hit. So a big moment here early in this ball game. The freshman Ty Vargas will come to the plate. Vargas getting his second start of the season. He started yesterday for the first time. Fastball in there for a called strike on the outside corner. I say a fastball. That was a breaking pitch, 0-1. Vargas, the designated hitter, peers into the dugout for the sign. 1 out, runners on first and second. Brash looking for a ground ball, no doubt. The 0-1 pitch coming. Here it is. A swing and a foul, high and off to the right, and we saw Vargas fall behind quite a bit yesterday, and he falls behind here, 0-2. So now Brash has some options. Does not need to come into the strike zone. The freshman digs in a slightly open stance. The right-hander set on the mound. The 0-2 coming. And a slider misses outside, and it's 1-2.
That seems to be the pitch that Brash is going to with 2 strikes. He likes to go with that slider, that curveball. We've seen both of them, and generally with the right-handed hitters, he's been going away. We'll see what he comes with here, 1-2.
Here's the pitch. That slider misses just a bit down and maybe just a bit outside. It's 2-2. Vargas, in 8 at-bats this season, has 3 hits. 2 runs scored. 2-2. Brash, set. Here it comes. A fastball misses outside at 92 miles an hour. And a nice job by Ty Vargas to battle back from 0-2 to 3-2. So now Brash certainly wants to challenge the freshman. Runners on first and second, 1 out. We're in the last of the second inning, no score. Matthew Brash throws. A swing and a ground ball, foul on the first base side. And that was almost an emergency swing on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Vargas just gets a piece of it and stays alive. Cade Polson is on deck. A small crowd here at UCCU Ballpark. Three-two pitch coming. Here it is. Fastball, caught the outside corner, called strike three, a fastball that Vargas thought was a little off the plate, but Brash gets his third strikeout, and there are two away. Here's Polson. Sims is at second. He walked to lead off this inning. Hall is at first. He singled up the middle. The pitch to Polson. A swing and a ground ball to short. Charging is Giordano. He has it. He'll go to first with it, and he makes the play. Brash gets through the minor jam. The Wolverines get a hit. They leave two stranded. No runs. On to the third inning. It's Niagara nothing, Utah Valley nothing on GoUVU.com.
After two complete, it's the Wolverines 0 and Niagara 0. Hey fans, check out the dance pop group, Why Don't We? When they bring their tour in support of their debut album, 8 Letters, to the UCCU Center March 26th. Tickets available at UCCU Center box office or through SmithTix.com. And Wolverine fans, you can follow live stats by going to UVUstats.com.
No score, Niagara and Utah Valley as we are just about ready to begin the third inning. Fans, don't forget to stick around for our post-game show after the ball game. That's what post-game show means, I suppose. We'll hand out our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. Mason Gray, the right-hander for the Wolverines, back out on the mound. He will face the bottom third of the Niagara order. It'll be Tevlin, Cole, and Zulia. To tell you all about it, here is Ryan Pickens.
Mason Gray ready to come home. First pitch, fastball in there for called strike, and it's 0-1 here on Tevlin. As right now the Niagara Purple Eagles trying to get something going here. No score in the top of the third inning. Mason Gray, the 0-1 pitch, that one's over for a called strike as he comes in at 86 miles an hour, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Mason Gray just trying to continue to build off of what he's done so far, at least through the first 6 batters. Gray takes a look in, and he's ready to go, and now time will be called right here. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, the same time. 6 p.m. Mountain Time first pitch. And the 0-2 pitch on its way home. Swung out and missed. Strike 3, and Mason Gray has his second strikeout of the evening. And there's one away here in the third. That will bring up second baseman Marty Cole. It's a late start if you're joining us from New York or the Eastern time zone. It's an 8 p.m. first pitch. It's already dark back there.
Indeed.
In Niagara Falls.
I would venture, Ryan, that we have our largest international audience of all time.
Ready to go here with one out. Marty Cole, the second baseman, stands in and takes a first pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike. And it's 0-1 here on Cole. Ready to go again. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that one's lined the other way and sent foul, and we'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes now on Marty Cole. I was announcing a high school game, Jordan, and we could pull up the graphics of kind of where people were listening and watching from, and there was somebody from the Middle East.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was, out there. The 0-2 pitch on its way, and Cole swings and misses. Strike 3. Mason Gray takes a lot off that one at 74 miles an hour. Back-to-back strikeouts for the freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, and Pinnacle High School. And with 2 outs, it will bring up Alex Zulia, the right fielder.
Well, the reason I say we may have our largest international audience is because I counted 12 players for Niagara. They are from Canada, and 1 is from the Dominican Republic.
Breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Zulia. Right here is Mason Gray's pounding the strike zone here in the third. And I'm not exactly 100% sure when you start getting up there into Eastern. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, and count evens up at 1-1 on Zulia. Not exactly sure how much call there is for baseball when you start getting up into Quebec and some of the eastern areas of Canada. I'm more familiar with hockey up there than I am baseball. But they do have, some good presence like the Toronto Blue Jays in that area. The 1-1 pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2 on Alex Zulia.
Well, in the Montreal Expos, they got a bad rap for low attendance, but that was a great baseball town, Montreal.
I've heard they're rumored on a short list with Portland, Oregon for expansion. Zulia chops this one up the middle, and that will be a base hit into center field. And Niagara with their first hit, a two-out single for Zulia. And now we go back to the top of the lineup and brings up center fielder Dawson Bailey. Bailey will stand in right here. The sophomore from Porter, New York, will stand in 0 for 1, fouled out to the second baseman Cody Hall, who had to come over well into foul territory here at UCCU ballpark to make the play for the first out of the ball game. Zulia gets a comfortable lead at first. Estrada comes in on the infield grass at third, and the pitch misses for ball 1 ball and no strikes. Cade Polson at first base, going to hold Zulia on. Zulia on the year, no stolen bases, no attempts yet. He has a fairly comfortable lead there as Mason Gray works from the stretch for the first time tonight. And Bailey pops this one up, but it will go foul down the right field line, down towards the batting cages that sit down the ballpark here. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. A great evening for baseball here in Orem, Utah. From the stretch, Mason Gray ready to come home with the 1-1 pitch. And this one on its way. Runner takes off. The throw down from Sims is going to get past Hall into center field. Zulia will get up at second, and he will slide into third. And the throwing error there coming from Drew Sims will move the runner down to third. And Drew Sims does not do that very often. And that throw, I don't know if maybe the throw just got away from him, but a good jump by Zulia. And he'll be awarded an extra base on the E2, and that will move the runner down to third. And now a clutch hit for Niagara could give the Purple Eagles a 1-0 lead. I've never personally in person seen Drew Sims do that before. He only has the first pitch in there, the 2-1 pitch in there to Bailey for a called strike. Doesn't have a lot of errors. He only has 4, it looks like, this season. His last one coming at UC Davis. Had a couple in the South Carolina series, but overall a very good defensive catcher. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Mason Gray home. Bailey will roll this one slowly foul down the line, and we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Dawson Bailey, the center fielder.
I'm surprised he has 4 throwing errors this season. That one was, uncharacteristic of Sims. That throw down to second, not close to second. That was really wild.
Cody Hall did everything he could to try to keep that one in front of him. There's a breaking ball that Sims will block in the dirt, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Dawson Bailey.
You know what you see there with that 2-2 pitch is a lot of trust from Mason Gray throwing that curveball in the dirt with a man at third base. And that's what the Wolverine coaching staff, one of the things they love about Sims is that the pitchers are confident. They trust him.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be close, but it's going to be a little bit low and outside for ball 4. Dawson Bailey will draw a walk, and now that will bring up Benny Serrano with runners on the corner. Serrano fouled out to Paul Estrada back in his first plate appearance. And Mason Gray still, however, in a comfortable position to see all he needs is an out somewhere, and he gets out of this no damage done. Drew Sims will align the defense here, with Cade Polson will hold the runner at first in Dawson Bailey. This is where you have to be careful because you deal with some of the top speed on this Niagara team at the top of the Purple Eagles lineup. And the first pitch on its way is sent foul as Serrano just kind of chops it back behind home plate. No balls and a strike on Benny Serrano.
And this is something the Wolverines struggled with over the weekend, giving up 2-out rallies. Gray struck out the first 2 hitters he faced in this inning, and then he gave up a single and a walk.
Serrano standing in with a wide open stance, that front foot almost to the edge of the batter's box, and the 0-1 pitch coming home, breaking ball, this one right there, but I guess missed a little high for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. It looked pretty good from here, but from down there it must have looked a little different. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Top of the third, no score. Sir Gray will throw over to first, and diving back is going to be Dawson Bailey.
You know, we were talking about Canada, professional ball up there. There's a great independent league up in that area. We were talking about Ontario, Quebec. I can't take credit for that knowledge. That's straight from Josh Kalunke, our colleague.
I think is it the Can-Am League up there? The 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. There's some really good independent level leagues out there as well, which really kind of helps give some players. I know the Atlantic League might be one of the more prominent ones as you get up into the Northeast. The 2-1 pitch on its way. That one's pulled right to first. Polson knocks it down, lost the baseball, collects it and touches first to end the top of the third inning. So Niagara threatens, but Utah Valley escapes. We head to the bottom of the third. No score from the UCCU ballpark in Orem, Utah.
Purple Eagles, no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 Wolverine error and 2 runners left on base. Hey fans, support Utah Valley scholarships by ordering a UVU license plate online at uvualumni.org/UVU plate. UVU Alumni Association, connecting with UVU. And the UVU Wolverine Club supports student-athlete scholarships, host events for boosters, and create a positive impact in the lives of more than 330 UVU student-athletes. Make a difference and join the Wolverine Club today.
Bottom of the third inning here at the UCCU ballpark in Orem, Utah, as Jake Plakis will stand in and lead it off for Utah Valley. Plakis, Howell, and Beltran, 9, 1, and 2 coming up here for the Wolverines. The first pitch from Matthew Brash is grounded right to third, knocked down by Gabriel at third. His throw pulls the first baseman, but able to get the tag in time, and there's 1 away here in the third. So swinging first pitch, and that will be fine with Matthew Brash. He had to throw some pitches in that second inning, and if you're Niagara, the one thing you don't want to have to do here so far tonight is go too deep in the ball game with, well, you want to get Brash deep in the ball game. You got to turn around and play early tomorrow. And here's Trevor Howell. The first pitch is in there for a called strike at the knees. No balls and a strike on Howell.
Yeah, we should clarify, Niagara playing early tomorrow against BYU and then coming back here in Orem tomorrow night. Just about a, what do you say, a 5-minute drive east, 7-minute drive.
As Howell swings through that one, no balls and 2 strikes. Might be, more like 15 minutes or so when you add in traffic. However, in theory, that'd be nice. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on its way to Howell. A fastball stays high for a ball, and it's 1 and 2.
Well, let me tell you this. You hop on that UV Express bus. You're there in like a half hour, but oh, what a ride, my friend. The new UV Express.
The 1-2 pitch fouled back to the screen. It's 1 and 2.
You know what the locals are calling it? The UVX. That's a pro tip from riding a lot of public transit, Ryan. You see that UVX bus beyond the left center field wall on University Parkway? That's headed to the Orem station.
The 1-2 pitch misses high for a ball, and the count moves to 2 and 2 on Trevor Howell. That's one thing here at UVU, just with very close to the public transit. A big commuter school for those unfamiliar with UVU. The 2-2 pitch swung on and popped up down the line. It's going to be a long run for the first baseman, who's going to lose it right at the last minute there. I don't think he so much lost it as maybe kind of gave way for the right fielder Zulia coming in. Unfamiliar with UVU, it's an open enrollment school, and so you get a lot of people from various parts of Utah County and Salt Lake County who use that public transit, and then that public transit from campus takes you right to the train. So very popular here in Utah County. The 2-2 pitch on its way. Fastball misses, low ball 3. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Trevor Howell.
I hear that all the time. It's what are you doing Saturday night? I'm riding the UVX, my friend.
3 balls and 2 strikes the count on Trevor Howell. Utah Valley would love to get a leadoff man or a one-out base runner there. Howell lifts this one to center field. Coming in is Bailey, who gets under it. He makes the play, and there's 2 gone here in the third. And here comes Michael Beltran. Beltran 0 for 1, struck out back in his first plate appearance. Had a long at bat. I believe it went to a full count, 3-2, where the pitcher 2 fouled away, but ended up looking at strike 3. Here's the first pitch on its way home. That one swung on, popped up, and sent foul back over the home plate area, and it snowballs and a strike on Beltran. Michael Brash, the right-hander, ready to go on the hill, comes home again with the 0-1 pitch. Swung out and missed, strike 2, and it's quickly 0-2.
Well, Beltran hitting in that 2 spot has not come up a whole lot with runners on this season, and if the Wolverines could get some guys on for him, he could really do some damage. He's swinging a hot bat.
0-2 pitch is going to be rolled foul down the line. We'll do it again. 0-2. Michael Brash trying to work through this here. Through the third inning, he's looked good so far here tonight for Niagara. Here's the 0-2 on its way home, and that one swung out and missed, strike 3, and the third comes to an end. The fourth strikeout for Brash ends the third inning. We've played 3 complete, no score between UVU and Niagara. Here you got Utah Valley Baseball on GoUVU.com and the WAC Digital Network. Top of the 4th inning here in Orem at UCCU Ballpark. Niagara coming up. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 as Peter Begalia will stand in here first for the Purple Eagles. Mason Gray ready to go to work, and he winds and delivers the first pitch, a breaking ball that misses for a ball 1 ball and no strikes. Michael Gabriel on deck, and then it'll be Max Giordano to follow. Ready to go. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball's going to be swung out and missed, and the count evens up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield back for the Wolverines as we start the 4th. Ready to go. Gray winds and delivers the 1-1 pitch. It's swung on and hit foul down the left field line. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for Niagara. A very similar line score so far for the Wolverines. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Mason Gray. Breaking ball just missed off the plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mason Gray just about to deliver pitch 51. That one gets to the backstop, and it goes for ball 3. And the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, at the end of this 4th inning, ideally he'd like to be below 60. And there's nobody up in the bullpen, so Eric Matson looking to him.
Ground ball over towards third. Estrada up with it. Long throw across the diamond in time, and there's 1 away here in the 4th. Kind of a similar position. Another UVU pitcher last season was put in. Drew Hill made kind of this midweek start against the University of Arizona and really helped that Utah Valley bullpen by going deep into the ball game. Went 6 innings during that time, and for the most part, gave Utah Valley at the time of the season some big innings. Mason Gray looking to do something similar right here. First pitch to Michael Gabriel is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Pitcher's mound and the hitter's area both covered in shadows. This is where it's going to be tough to play left field and the left side of that infield. Here's the 1-1 pitch on its way home. That one looks good from here, and it's in there for a called strike when it looked like curveball there, and it's 1-2. It might have been a changeup. Ready to come home. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner for a ball, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Gabriel, the third baseman. Gray not wasting much time in between pitches, likes what he has. Here's the 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 3. And there's 2 away. That is the 4th strikeout, and now Max Giordano, the shortstop, will stand in. As he'll stand in ready to go. Giordano will stand in. And the first pitch on its way, swung out and missed. No balls and a strike. Giordano, a freshman from Lancaster, New York. This is a relatively young Niagara team. The pitch on its way, that one's lifted to center field. Underneath it, Michael Beltran will make the play, and the 3rd inning comes to an end. Or the 4th inning, I should say, comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the 4th, no score. Estrada, Sims, and Marco due up for the Wolverines after the break here on GoUVU.com.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Wolverines, catcher number 13, third baseman number 9, Paul Estrada.
Bottom of the 4th inning, no score between Niagara and Utah Valley. Third baseman Paul Estrada will stand in and lead it off. Here, Estrada flew out to center field back in his first plate appearance, as Michael Brash will go back to work here for Niagara. Infield back for Niagara here, and Randy Upton was gonna hold the game until the music got cut. Estrada's in the box, ready to go. The first pitch on its way home from Brash is gonna be a soft liner right to the first baseman, and it's caught, and there's 1 away. That one just kind of slicing away there as it went down the line, but all you had to do is stick the glove out, make the catch, and there's 1 away, and that will bring up the catcher, Drew Sims. Sims walked in his first plate appearance in the 2nd and got stranded on the base paths for the Wolverines. Brash ready to go, delivers this one home. There's a fastball in the inside corner for called strike, 0-1. That game tomorrow is scheduled for a regular 6 p.m. first pitch. Here, we'll have it for you on GoUVU.com. Pitch on its way. There's a fastball right on the outside corner, and it's 0-2 here on Drew Sims. Sims an open stance from Murrieta, California, standing in. That one high and off the glove of Tevlin to the backstop, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Drew Sims. Brash ready to go, takes a long look in, gets the sign, he's ready to go. The 1-2 on its way, Sims fouls it straight back, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here on the UVU catcher, Drew Sims. Brash ready to come home again. Here is the 1-2 on its way. That one bounces in the dirt. This one to the backstop, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count. Niagara, if you're unfamiliar with them, out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. That is a tongue twister. The 2-2 pitch on its way, and that one's lifted out into right center field. Coming over, getting under Zulia, who makes the catch, and there's 2 away here in the 4th. Some of the teams you may be familiar with, but maybe more of a basketball sense than a baseball sense. The Siena Saints are in that conference. They had a great run in the NCAA tournament a few years back. Quinnipiac, Ryder, Canisius, Iona, some of the teams that share the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. The pitch on its way is a fastball there to Alexander Marco that misses high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I would imagine up in the Northeast this time of year, it's a tough way to get baseball games in up in the Northeast. Niagara doesn't have their home opener, I believe, they haven't had it yet. That one high and tight for a ball, and it's 2-0 here on Alexander Marco. I don't know when they're going to actually play their first game. Won't be until March 30th when they play Quinnipiac in conference play. That is a long time to go without having a home game. The 2-0 pitch on its way, fastball right there for a called strike, and it's 2-1 on Alexander Marco. Utah Valley's been in that position, not quite ever that late. The latest I remember, I think, was about the 3rd or 4th week in March when they got their home opener in. Pitch on its way. Marco lifts this one to right, going back to the warning track, to the wall, going to run out of room, and it's gone. A home run for Alexander Marco, and it's 1-0 Utah Valley. Zulia just ran out of room, and the question was fair or foul. It stays fair, and the Wolverines are up 1-0 on Marco's 2nd of the year.
Yeah, showing some power going the opposite way. That one right over the 312 marker, a short porch in left and right here at UCCU Ballpark. And after Marco looked so fooled in his first at-bat, struck out on 3 pitches, he hits one out here in his 2nd at-bat.
There's some of those adjustments that you may see 2nd, 3rd time through. Cody Hall lays a bunt down the 3rd baseline. Brash, barehand throw to first is going to be just in time to get Cody Hall at first, and the inning is over. But the Wolverines take a 1-0 lead. A solo shot from Alexander Marco at Utah Valley 1 at Niagara 0. We head to the 5th after the break on GoUVU.com and the WAC Digital Network.
No errors and no runners left on base. After 4 complete, it's your Wolverines 1.
We head to the top of the 5th inning here at UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. It will be Cole O'Connor, Joseph Tevlin, and Marty Cole, 6, 7, and 8 coming up against Mason Gray, who takes the mound with now some run support. We'll see exactly what he can do as Cole O'Connor stands in. And with that, now standing in the batter's box for us will be Jordan Bianucci. Jordan?
First pitch swung on and fouled back. An off-speed pitch from Gray at 84 miles an hour. Strike 1 to O'Connor. He bounced out to second base in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. A left-handed hitter, the right-hander Gray throws, and this one's popped up center field, shallow. Beltran sprinting in. Now he reaches up, makes the grab, and there's one away in the Niagara 5th inning. So in the last of the 4th, Alexander Marco hits his 2nd home run of the season. An opposite field shot that puts the Wolverines ahead 1-0. That is the first time the Wolverines have led in quite a while. Here's the right-handed hitting Tevlin. First pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup in the dirt, 0-1. The Wolverines had not led in a ball game, as this curveball falls in there for strike 2, since Tuesday. Last Tuesday at BYU, they led 1-0 in the early innings. So the Wolverines will get to play from ahead, if only by a run. 1-0 the score. We're in the 5th as that fastball misses down low. It's 1-2 to Tevlin. Tevlin struck out back in the 3rd inning. In 36 at-bats this season, he's had 8 base hits. Good for a .229 average coming into the ballgame. Ball misses way outside, and it's 2-2. His average down to .222 now. No batting gloves for Joseph Tevlin, the junior. He does have a home run on the year. Here's a swing and a drive foul down the left field line. That would have been a home run had he been able to straighten it out. Instead, it's maybe 40 feet to the left of the foul pole. It lands on the grassy berm that extends from beyond the third base dugout all the way around into the left center field here at UCCU Ballpark. Nobody out on the grassy berm tonight. Everybody in the seats. A sparse crowd as a ball misses low and away, and the count is full to Tevlin. Base is empty, 1 out. 1-0 Wolverines. We're in the top of the 5th. Mason Gray has pitched well. The right-hander throws a swing and a chopper foul on the third base side. A breaking pitch that was in on the hands of Tevlin. He fought it off. Marty Cole is on deck. Three and two. Gray winds and fires. Curveball stays high, and it's a 1-out walk. So Tevlin wins the battle, and Gray will head back into his stretch. He had retired the last 5 men he'd faced. He's given up just 1 hit. That is his 2nd walk of the evening. A fastball misses down low to Cole. Ball 1, another left-handed hitter. Four of them in the Niagara lineup tonight. Ball misses down and in, and it's 2-0. So now the shortstop, Howell, is going to come in and have a word with the right-hander. Maybe try and calm him down here. That does count as a mound visit, so the Wolverines have 5 total remaining. It's a new rule in 2019. You're allowed 6 mound visits, 3 of which can be by a coach. If you take a visit to make a pitching change, that does not count as a visit. The wind blowing out towards center field. The outfield playing medium, deep, and straight away. 2-0 pitch, a swing and a foul back to the screen. That looked like a fastball from Gray, and Cole took a healthy hack, but fouls it back. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The middle infield, double play depth. Estrada at third base. He's about even with the bag. Maybe 15 feet or so off the bag, playing the lefty to pull. There's a strike. In on the outside corner, it's 2-2. Estrada with the sunglasses down over there at third, battling that setting sun as it creeps slowly below the white awning here at UCCU Ballpark. The 2-2, and a changeup misses off the outside, and the count is full. So 2 full counts in this inning. Mason Gray walked the previous batter, Tevlin. He is at first base, held on by Polson. A big hole on the right side for the lefty should he pull one. 3-2 pitch, a swing and a foul tip at home plate. Sims couldn't squeeze it. A fastball, belt high, and will stay full. You can see the snowy Wasatch Mountains beyond left field as they run south beyond center. 3-2. We do it again. Runner stays put. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, a foul tip, I should say, into the glove of Sims. A big second out for Mason Gray. He will face Zulia with 2 outs. Tevlin still at first. That is the 5th strikeout for Gray, and he has done a great job. Certainly more than Eric Matson, head coach, could have expected tonight. I didn't talk to Eric before the game, but I assume a Monday night game like this, he was expecting to use his bullpen quite a bit. His 3 starters having pitched this weekend. Gray trying to get out of this 5th. Here's a slow ground ball to second. Hall up with it, throws to first, and the inning is over. Niagara gets a base runner. They leave him stranded. No hits, no runs. We head to the last of the 5th inning. It's Utah Valley 1, Niagara nothing. One to nothing Wolverines as we begin the last of the 5th inning. Vargas, Polson, and Plakas due up, the bottom third of the Wolverine order. We are in the midst of what is right now a pitcher's duel. Matthew Brash of Niagara has been terrific. He has given up just the solo home run to Alexander Marco. That was last inning. The only run for the Wolverines. On the other side, Mason Gray has given up just 1 hit. A swing and a foul back to the screen, an 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Brash, and it's 0-1 to Vargas. The freshman DH hitting from the right side. He struck out back in the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1. The pitch to him, a swing and a foul off to the right, and it's quickly 0-2. Boy, Vargas, and you expect this from a freshman. He is, as they say, been waking up and getting out of bed with an 0-2 count. Although he's been swinging at good pitches. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a little dribbler foul on the first base side. He reached for an off-speed pitch and just got a piece of it. On the out-of-town scoreboard, no games tonight, at least as far as WAC clubs are concerned, as a off-speed pitch misses down and away. It's 1-2 to Vargas. Although there were 2 games earlier today, Seattle lost. They fell to Minnesota, 3-2 the final up in Washington. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Vargas could not catch up to that 91-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer half. His 2nd strikeout of the night, the 5th for Brash, and there's 1 away in the Wolverine 5th. CSU Bakersfield beat Farley Dickinson 17-2. That was a game that had been, I believe, rained out, and they made that up from this weekend. This afternoon, ball misses to Polson. It's 1-0. Polson bounced out to shortstop in his only previous at bat. This one swung on, hitting the shallow left field. Coming in is Serrano. It is going to fall in front of him. So a little bloop hit for Polson, and I'm not sure if Serrano, looking into that sun, did not get a good read right off the bat because he was moving fairly slowly, not sprinting right away. And the shortstop, Giordano, just had to go too far. He was never going to make that play in left center. So Polson in there with a one-out base hit. Here is Jake Plakas. Plakas, another freshman, he grounded out to third base in the third inning. The pitch to him, a fastball on the outside, called for a strike. Plakas in 19 at-bats this season has 4 hits. Does have a home run, his first collegiate home run and RBI coming on Saturday. The right-handed hitter standing up straight in the batter's box, open stance. Brash throws, a ball misses down low, and it's 1-1. The Wolverines lead 1-0 in the bottom half of inning number 5. A man on, a man out. Brash set. He kicks and fires, and a curveball falls in there on the inside corner for a called strike. It's 1-2 to Plakas. Plakas, the 6'2", 190-pound freshman out of Flagstaff, Arizona. Brash, the Canadian out of Ontario, delivers a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that Plakas spoils. It falls under the steel rooftop with a bang. It's 1-2. Well, the sun has just about set. The entire diamond in the shade now. The lights are on here at UCCU Ballpark. The 1-2 to Plakas is swung on and driven high and deep to left. Back Azulia at the wall. Foul ball. Not by a whole lot. Plakas gave it a ride. That ball was similar to the one off the bat of Marco, but his stayed fair down the right field line. 2 right-handed hitters going the other way. The count's still 1-2. Just a gorgeous evening. Cool, but clear. The Wasatch Mountains illuminated in the setting sun, snowy and white. The purple peaks as a ball misses inside, 2-2. Polson is at first base. He singled. Brash ready. He throws. A swing and a drive to left. Serrano still on the move. Now he reaches up just shy of the warning track. Makes the play. Fires in a one-hopper to second base. A nice throw by Serrano out and left. And Plakas is retired for the second out of the inning. Here is Howell. The Wolverine leadoff man has been struggling at the plate. His average dipping to 164. 0 for 2 tonight. Brash, not a high leg kick on the mound. He throws, and a breaking ball is in there on the outside corner, strike 1. He is facing the Wolverine order for the 3rd time now. Starts Howell off with the slider. That may have been the curveball. I take that back. The 1-strike pitch, another curveball, and that's called for strike 2. So we saw Brash come with that terrific low 90s fastball the second time through the order, really relying on the breaking stuff here. Brash has been just fantastic tonight. He throws over to first, back in diving is Polson. Polson has stolen 1 base this season. He has also been caught once. 1-0 Wolverines. The 2-strike pitch. A swing and a miss. It is dropped by Tevlin, but he picks it up, tags Howell to complete the strikeout. The 6th strikeout for Brash. We are through 5. 1-0 Wolverines leading Niagara. Wolverines 1, Purple Eagles nothing as we head to the 6th inning. Top of the order for Niagara, Bailey, Serrano, and Battaglia. Mason Gray, the right-hander, back out on the mound for the Wolverines. He has given up just one hit through the first 5 innings. The pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, called for strike 1. Bailey is 0 for 1. He walked back in the 3rd inning. The 1 strike offering, a fastball misses up and in, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch misses down and away.
And for Mason Gray, if you can at least get maybe through the 6th and well into the 7th, maybe even through the 7th, you're going to put your team in a really good position to go win this ball game.
2-1 is grounded to third. Estrada reaches to his left. He has it, throws to first, and there's one down. That'll bring up Serrano. Benny Serrano, the sophomore, came into the ballgame batting .237. He is 0 for 2 tonight. This has been, and knock on wood, for the most part, a really clean game. 1 error for the Wolverines. That was charged to Drew Sims, the catcher. He's trying to throw out a runner, and he threw one into center field. First pitch, curveball, misses inside to the left-handed hitting Serrano, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Ball misses inside, another breaking ball, and it's 2-0. That was all the way back in the 3rd inning. Niagara had 2 men on, runners on the corners, but they could not score. The Wolverines took a 1-0 lead in the 4th off a Alexander Marco home run as Gray delivers a strike at the knees, a fastball, and it's 2-1. That's where we are now. Utah Valley 1, Niagara nothing. The pitch, the 2-1 misses down and in, and it's 3-1. Serrano, no home runs on the year, just 1 RBI. A wide open stance, bent at the knees. Gray from the windup, he throws, and a 3-1 pitch misses up and in, ball 4. So the tying run on for Niagara here in the 6th.
And this is the kind of outing you really wanted to see from Mason Gray. The biggest thing you want if you're Utah Valley, I think you want to get Mason Gray out of there on a positive note. If he gets out of the 6th inning with no damage done, I could see the rationale in saying, okay, your night's over. I mean, let's get you out on a positive note. Starting to see some...
Here's Battaglia. He pops one into right. Charging in is Marco. It's going to be the second baseman near the foul line, though. Hall makes the grab, and there are 2 down. So he is 1 out away, as you were saying, Ryan, from getting through this 6th as somebody begins to get loose for the Wolverines. A right-hander, it looks like. He will face Michael Gabriel. Mason Gray will.
Looks to be Jesse Schmidt, the right-hander, just beginning to stretch down there.
Polson holding on Serrano at first. He represents the tying run. The pitch to Gabriel. Fastball misses high and wide, and it's 1-0. Gabriel 0 for 2, bounced out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th inning. Hitting .234 on the season, no homers. 5 men batted home. The 1-0 pitch to him. Fastball misses down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Serrano does have good speed at first. He has stolen 4 bases this season. He has not been caught. Good-sized lead over there. The pitch, he stays put. 2-0 down in the dirt. Sims smothers it, keeps it out in front of him, and now it's 3-0. A walk here would put the tying run into scoring position. A man at first base, 2 outs in the inning. Gray set. He kicks and fires. And a fastball misses low and away, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Gabriel, the cleanup hitter. And now Serrano is in scoring position. The go-ahead run is at first, and Giordano will hit. We'll see if Eric Matson sticks with the right-hander he's going to, because it looks like Schmidt not ready in the bullpen.
Yeah, he just got done stretching, just now playing catch, and so he's going to need a few minutes, but you can tell he's trying to get ready in a hurry.
The 92nd pitch from Gray misses high, and now he's thrown 5 straight balls. And here comes Eric Matson. He may stall and then make the move. He takes the slow, long walk out to the pitcher's mound. The Wolverine head coach going to have a word with his right-hander. Gray has been really fantastic all night long, giving up just 1 hit. He has walked 4 batters, 2 of which have come in this inning.
And usually you'll deal with some walks if they're scattered, throughout. Maybe 1 here in the second, 1 in the fourth, kind of a deal. But when you start getting 2 or 3 in an inning, I mean, it changes the whole complexity of the ball game. And, one swing of the bat, then instead of, having the lead or having the game tied, now you're trailing. And this is a good opportunity, I think, for Mason Gray to try to see if he can just get an out somewhere. Go back to the basics a little bit, throw some strikes, see if you can get a ground ball and get out of it.
So Matson sticks with his right-hander. He has 2 visits remaining. Runners at first and second, 1-0 Wolverines. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. The pitch, a swing and a drive into right field. Marco going back at the track. It is off the wall. 1 run will come in to score. Heading into third is Gabriel at first with a single as Marco hustled and threw that ball in quickly, keeping Gabriel at first base. Or I say Gabriel, Giordano rather at first base. But we are tied at 1. And the Wolverines and Mason Gray are lucky that one stayed in the yard. Just a couple more feet and Niagara would be ahead here.
And I think that's, might just be courtesy of the time of year. This game is in April or May. I think that one probably had enough on it to get out. But you're playing in the cool weather in the 40s, and it's going to take a little bit extra to get out.
So Giordano comes up with the big RBI single, but it was not a cheap single by any means. Just 312 down the right field line here at UCCU Ballpark. That one banged off the wall to the left of that sign. Here is O'Connor, the DH. He swings and fouls one back. A fastball challenge at 85 miles an hour. Well, give it to Mason Gray. He did challenge Giordano, and Giordano beat him. Giordano picks up RBI number 4. Runners at the corners. The Wolverines not out of it. The 1 strike pitch is a curveball that misses inside to the left-handed hitter. And it's 1-1. O'Connor 0 for 2 tonight. He is grounded out and popped up. Polson holding the runner on at first. A big hole on that right side. Now a ball misses down and away. Not close, and it's 2-1. Giordano at first base, Gabriel at third. 1 run in for Niagara. That was just the second hit of the ball game for the Purple Eagles. The pitch, 2-1, catches the inside corner, and the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gray trying to bear down. He has thrown 97 pitches. The 2-2, the runner takes off, a swing and a foul back to the screen. So Giordano gets the head start at first. O'Connor took a cut, fouled it back. The go-ahead run is at third base, that's Gabriel. 2 men on, 2 men out. The outfield deep and straight away for Utah Valley. The wind still blowing out toward center. The 2-2 from Gray. Fastball misses high and away, and the count runs full. So now, Giordano will certainly be off with the pitch, and a ball into the alleyway would score 2 most likely. Three and 2. There goes Giordano, the pitch, a swing and another foul, high and off to the left. A fastball, knee high on the outside corner. O'Connor did a nice job to get a bat on it. O'Connor, this season, this is just his 12th at bat. He has 1 hit. Should he reach, it would be Tevlin, a right-handed hitter. The 3-2 pitch from Gray. Runner takes off, a swing and a pop fly into center. Beltran moving in and to his left. He reaches up and makes the grab. However, Niagara ties the game. A hit, 2 left, and that run. So we head to the last of the 6th inning. It's 1-1 here on GoUVU.com.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Wolverines, center fielder number 5, Michael Beltran.
Wolverines 1, Purple Eagles 1 as we begin the last of the 6th inning. 2, 3, and 4 up for the Wolverines. First pitch to Beltran is in there. No, just misses high on the inside corner. 1-0. Matthew Brash, the starter, the right-hander, back out there on the mound for Niagara. He has had a tremendous night, giving up just the 1 run on 3 hits. A ball misses down and away here, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 2-0 to Beltran, the Wolverines' best hitter in 2019. He is hitting 380, or was hitting 380 coming into the game. The pitch, fastball misses up high, and it's 3-0. Beltran is also a very fast runner. A walk here would put the Wolverines in good shape to begin the 6th. The 3-0 from Brash. He pours in a fastball at 89, and it's 3-1. Estrada is on deck, and then Sims in the hole. Niagara tied this game in the top half of this inning. A big RBI single off the wall in right field, courtesy Max Giordano, I beg your pardon, as Beltran takes a big cut at the 3-1 and fouls it back to the screen. Another fastball from Brash. He has thrown 80 pitches tonight. The 3-2 pitch to Beltran. Down and away, ball 4. Slider missed. And the Wolverines have the leadoff man on base. Beltran has stolen a base this season. He has been caught 1 time. But he is a fast runner. So we'll see with the 3-place hitter up there. Estrada could possibly bunt. He is a good bunter. But he is your 3-place hitter. You may just let him swing away here. 1-1 the score. The pitch, curveball, strike 1.
It's kind of a hit or miss thing here if you're Utah Valley, because moving the runner over to second in most cases will give you your first out of the inning, and you also have your number 3 hitter at the plate. Usually that's kind of taking the bat out of the meat of your lineup. But with Utah Valley struggles offensively here, you have to kind of think, are you playing for 1 run at a time? I mean, I don't know if this Utah Valley team this year is going to be a big inning kind of team. I think they're going to get a run or 2 here and there and just kind of chip away.
Beltran with his lead at first, and Estrada tried to plant that one under the berm beyond the left field wall, and he swings and misses. A big cut from the Wolverine third baseman there. 0-2 to him. Drew Sims is on deck. Nobody out. Beltran at first. He has not taken off for second yet. A pretty short lead held on by Battaglia. 0-2 the count. Brash from the stretch. He kicks and fires. There goes the runner. A ground ball up the middle. This could be 2. The second baseman fields it, steps on the bag for 1, goes to first. Double play. And just bad luck if you're the Wolverines. A slowly hit ground ball, but hit solidly enough that Cole could turn 2 unassisted, and there are 2 away. Bases are empty. The hit and run looked to be on there. Here's the pitch to Sims, a check swing. He went around on a slider, 0-1. We don't know. It may have been the hit and run. It may have been a straight steal, and it was a good pitch for Estrada to hit. The 1-strike offering to Sims, a swing and a ground ball to shortstop. Giordano has it, takes a couple steps toward first, fires low, but Battaglia has it, and the inning's over. So the Wolverines get a leadoff walk, but no runs. A nice job by Brash here in the 6th. We head to the 7th inning. It's the Wolverines 1, Niagara 1 on GoUVU.com. Fans, don't forget to stick with us after the ball game for our post-game show. We'll hand out our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. New pitcher on for Utah Valley here in the 7th inning. It is Jesse Schmidt. This will be Schmidt's 4th appearance of the season. He's thrown 4 innings. He has a 4.50 earned run average. He has 1-1 win-loss. He has walked 2 and struck out 6. Opponents are hitting just .083 against the right-hander, so he has been very good. Out of the bullpen, it is a 1-1 score as the starter, Mason Gray, he was terrific, gave up just the 1 run on 2 hits. He threw about 100 pitches, just up there in the high 90s. And he leaves it to the Wolverine bullpen to get some outs, and the Wolverines will try and scratch a run here in the late inning. Schmidt will face Tevlin, Cole, and Zulia, the bottom third of the Niagara order. And here with the play-by-play is Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan. As Tevlin stands in the box and Jesse Schmidt is ready to go on the mound, comes home first pitch. That one's low for ball 1. It's 1 ball and no strikes here on Tevlin. Niagara getting a right-hander, Ben Irwin, up in the bullpen for the Purple Eagles. So we may see this one may become a battle of the bullpens. That one's in there for a called strike, and it evens the count up at 1-1 on Tevlin. Tevlin 0 for 1, a strikeout to go along with a 5th inning walk. Right here as Schmidt comes home with the 1-1 pitch, and that one's sent foul. We'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Tevlin. I tell you one thing, it is cooling off quickly here at the ballpark tonight. Not that it's been overly warm today, but I went outside for about a half inning or so and just watched the game. The 1-2 pitch outside for a ball, and the count evens up at 2-2. And it didn't take long before it got a little chilly. Jesse Schmidt coming off of a 2 1/3 innings outing at UC Davis, where he walked 1 and struck out 3. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to be bounced over to short. Howell up with it, throws across the diamond in time, and there's 1 away here in the 7th.
Well, for the most part tonight, the Wolverines have played a really clean game, and that is a departure from this weekend where not a ton of mistakes in the field, but very costly ones. And you see right there, Howell, that's just a routine play, but we've seen issues this season, and the Wolverines doing a nice job defensively tonight. They do have 1 error.
Marty Cole, the second baseman, sees a first pitch that he sends foul down the line off the netting just above the UVU dugout, and it snowballs in a strike here on Marty Cole. Jesse Schmidt, the right-hander, was on the mound in Columbia, South Carolina. That was going to be a 1-hopper hit right to second. Hall up with it. He'll throw to first in time. There's 2 away here in the 7th. Jesse Schmidt was on the mound against the Gamecocks in a position when Utah Valley had rallied in the 9th and had taken the lead on the road. And Jesse Schmidt had gotten the first 2 outs of the inning, and then he ended up giving up a walk-off 2-run homer for South Carolina to take the ball game, and Gamecocks would win the series. Bunt there sent foul by Alex Zulia, and it snowballs on a strike here on Zulia. A tough loss, however. You have to be excited, I think, if you're Utah Valley, that you went in once again the 2nd straight year. You went on the road deep into SEC country and played competitive baseball against a team from the SEC, South Carolina, a team full of great history. The 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, gets in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2 to Zulia. History of going to Omaha and winning the SEC, and just a rich tradition in history. But right now, Jesse Schmidt trying to end the top of the 7th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside and tight, Zulia backs out of the way, and it's 1-2 the count here on Zulia. Zulia 1 for 2 on the night. A base hit to go along with a ground out to second. The 1-2 on its way. Zulia rolls this one foul, and we'll do it again here. So right now, here with the 1-2 on its way. Schmidt takes a look in, and the 1-2 on its way home. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Jesse Schmidt sends him down here in order. 1, 2, 3 go the Purple Eagles in the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Alexander Marco, Cody Hall, and Ty Vargas coming up for the Wolverines here on GoUVU.com.
UVUstats.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. Alexander Marco making his way to the plate, but back in the 4th, Alexander Marco went deep down the right field line, almost directly down the line for his 2nd home run of the season. Marco has hit a home run and struck out tonight. We'll see how he fares this time against the right-hander Matthew Brash. And Brash winds and delivers this one home, and there once again looks that slider in there for a strike at 81 miles an hour, and it's 0-1 here on Alexander Marco. Marco, Hall, and Vargas coming up, and the pitch on its way. There's the slider on the outside corner, and the count moves to 0-2 on Alexander Marco. Nighttime, well, just about dusk here in Orem, Utah, and Marco swings and misses, strike 3, and that will be Matthew Brash's, I believe, 6th strikeout of the evening here, and that will bring up Cody Hall. So Hall ready to go here as he stands in. Hall 1 for 2, a single to go along with being thrown out trying to bunt for a base hit in his last plate appearance. And Hall's ready to go again here in the 7th. Then the first pitch from Brash on its way. Misses low for ball 1, and the count moves to 1-1. Just rechecking everything here in front of me. It looks like that is actually strikeout number 7. Just re-looking there. I wrote down the same number twice in my scorebook. The 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. That doesn't always bode well when you're trying to count stuff later on in the game. Brash ready to go as he's set on the mound. Takes a long look into Tevlin behind the plate, and the pitch on its way. Fastball in the outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-1 the count here on Hall.
You know who'd take issue with that mistake, Ryan? The Niagara third baseman. That is Michael Gabriel, majoring in mathematics.
The 2-1 pitch misses outside for a ball 3, and the count moves to 3 balls and a strike here on Cody Hall. It's always interesting to kind of see the variety of majors and things. We don't always see it necessarily. The 3-1 pitch misses low, ball 4 here to Cody Hall, who draws a free pass here in the 7th. And the leading run for Utah Valley is aboard, and that will bring up Ty Vargas, the designated hitter. But on the Niagara baseball roster, they put all the majors right there.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's kind of interesting to see some finance majors, a couple of sport management majors, some science majors on there.
Yeah, biology. Well, we were talking before the game. These are not get me through school majors. Those are not easy fields of study.
Ty Vargas shows bunt, pulls it back. Hall goes for second base, and he's going to be cut down. A great throw from Tevlin right on the money down to Giordano at second, and he was thrown out, and there's 2 away.
I don't know if that was it must have been a botched bunt and steal kind of a play, because Vargas has to get that down. Hall was not even, he was out by 15 feet.
And the 0-1 pitch to Vargas grounds this one deep in the hole. That one's going to be misplayed and bobbled by Giordano. It's short, and Ty Vargas is aboard. That's going to be, I would imagine, an E6, and that's it looks like what they're putting on the scoreboard here.
Well, that went, it was definitely an 86. I think it took a tough hop, but went right through his legs into left field.
And now with 2 down, it'll bring up first baseman Cade Polson. Polson 1 for 2, a single back in the 5th to go along with a ground out back in the 2nd. Polson's ready to go in the box. Brash will go back to the stretch. Niagara had a right-hander throwing, and right now he's just kind of standing there. He's not even a catcher, not even playing catch. Brash ready to go, and there's the curveball that misses for ball 1. Brash right now, it looks like pitch number 97 of the evening. So I wouldn't think Brash has very much left, but especially early in the season. If this was, later on in the year, he might have a little bit more left in the tank. But the 1-0 pitch, and Polson pulls back the swing there. The snap throw down to first, and Vargas dives back. And it's 2 balls and no strikes here on Cade Polson.
That's a two-sided coin, I guess. The counter argument would be, well, he's fresh. He hasn't thrown all that much, but I definitely see your point. He's kind of, you're working your way up to those games.
Especially in a cold night like tonight, you often don't see a starter go quite as deep. The 2-0 pitch, Polson takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and it's 2-1 on Cade Polson. And so that's something to kind of keep in mind here. Brash, I think, will be tough for hitters there in the MAC this year. I think he's going to cause a lot of problems, I think, for teams in that conference. That one's fouled back, and it evens the count up at 2-2 on Cade Polson. When you take a look at their schedule and where they're, some of the things like that's going to help Niagara here a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vargas with his lead over at first, a comfortable lead being held on by the first baseman. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Cade Polson. Swung out and missed, strike 3, and Polson's down on strikes to end the 7th inning. So the Wolverines get a couple of base runners. However, Brash gets strikeout number 8 to end the inning. We head to the 8th. We're tied at 1, Niagara and Utah Valley here on GoUVU.com.
After 7 complete, it's the Wolverines 1 and Niagara 1. Hey fans, WCF Insurance has insured Utah employers since 1917 and is the largest workers' compensation insurer in the state. WCF Insurance, your partner in workplace safety. Be careful out there. Follow the UVU Bookstore on Instagram at UVU Bookstore. The latest Adidas Wolverine apparel and other great products. Your campus, your needs, your store. The UVU Bookstore, located at the heart
Well, we head to the top of the 8th inning, 1-1 tie between Niagara and Utah Valley. It will be the top of the Purple Eagles lineup, Dawson Bailey, Benny Serrano, and Peter Battaglia to come up here for the Purple Eagles. They will face Jesse Schmidt, and now back warmed up in the booth is Jordan Bianucci. Jordan?
First pitch from Schmidt, 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Actually, I take that back. That was a changeup, and it's 1-0. Misses outside. There's the fastball in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Top of the order, Bailey, Serrano, Battaglia, as Ryan mentioned. 1-1. Fastball misses outside. It's 2-1. Bailey is 0 for 2 tonight. He has also walked. He walked in that third inning, ended up at third base after Sims tried to throw him out at second on a stolen base attempt. Here's a line drive down the left field line. Fair ball. Playing the carom in the corner is Plakas. Into second, standing with a leadoff double, is Bailey. That ball was smoked down the left field line, just to the left of the 305 marker. And here is Serrano. That is the first time tonight the leadoff man has reached for Niagara. He represents the go-ahead run. A left-handed hitting Serrano up there now. Let's see if he shows bunt. He does not, and swings away and hits one deep but in the park to left field. Plakas takes a few steps back, tagging at second and going to third easily is Bailey. So the runner is at third base with less than 2 outs. A nice job by Serrano with a productive out. And here is Battaglia, your 3-place hitter, coming up. And he does not need a base hit to put the Purple Eagles ahead. Battaglia 0 for 3 tonight. The infield comes in for the Wolverines. Schmidt bears down the pitch, and a changeup floats up there for ball 1 high. A strikeout situation for Schmidt. The 1-0. Battaglia swings and pops it up in the infield. Howell, the shortstop, behind third base on the dirt, will make the grab. A huge out for Schmidt and the Wolverines. Now the infield with 2 outs can move back. And the Purple Eagles will need a Wolverine mistake or a hit to take the lead. But Gabriel is up there. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. A right-handed hitter, hitting .234. The pitch. Changeup misses, down and away, ball 1. This is the first time tonight that Schmidt has faced Gabriel. Schmidt working quickly from the stretch. He sets and fires. A ball missing down low and away, 2-0. Another off-speed pitch from Schmidt. Bailey at third base, 2 outs in the inning, 1-1 the score. Niagara trying to take the lead, the 2-0. Down low and away. That was a fastball that was borderline, but a ball, 3-0. Giordano is on deck. He's the man who hit a base hit off the wall to tie the game. The 3-0 pitch. Not close. Ball 4. High and away. And on 4 pitches, Gabriel walks. And now Schmidt will face Giordano.
It's been those walks that really have come back to hurt you. Back in the 6th inning, it was Benny Serrano that got on via a walk, Jordan. And then you had later on, you had a walk to Gabriel before Giordano then got that base hit to score the run, and that moved runners over at that time, moved a runner from first to third.
Well, Giordano has a chance here to put Niagara ahead. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, a tie game in the 7th. The pitch. Ooh, fastball comes up and in. Giordano turned away from it. He did not get hit. 1 ball, no strikes. The Niagara shortstop hitting .282 overall this season. He's hitting .333 with 2 outs in an inning, though. Righty versus righty. Schmidt throws. There's a breaking ball that finds the strike zone on the outer half. The first strike Schmidt has thrown in 6 pitches. Gabriel at first base, Bailey at third. He led off the inning with a double. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses low and away, and it's 2-1. Schmidt allowed the double to begin the inning, then Serrano flied out. Bailey took third. A pop-up by Battaglia, then a walk. That's where we are. The 2-1 pitch to Giordano. Fastball swung on and fouled back. A challenge there, and it's 2-2. Schmidt peers in. Both of these teams needing this win. Niagara has lost 7 in a row. The Wolverines have lost 4 in a row. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Sims, and the inning is over. Schmidt works around a leadoff double. On to the last of the 8th inning. Niagara 1, Utah Valley 1 on GoUVU.com. Plakus to lead things off for the Wolverines here in the last of the 8th inning. 1-1 the score. Matthew Brash, the starter, still out there. He's thrown 101 pitches for Niagara. He's had a great night. Plakus looking for his first base hit of the evening. He is 0 for 2. He's bounced out and flied out. Brash from the windup, the hard-throwing right-handed freshman. Fastball misses up and in at 90 miles an hour. Brash hit 93 in the early innings. He's been in the low 90s here in the late innings. Righty versus righty. Pitch misses down and away. Ball 2.
And you have to admit, it's impressive. He's up over 100 pitches now, Jordan. He's still getting it up there, 90, 91. So it'll be interesting to see. They do have, it looks like, a right-hander ready to go down in their bullpen here if needed in the bottom of the 8th.
The 2-0 pitch to Plakus. A swing and a base hit into right center field, a bloop off the end of the bat, and the Wolverines have the leadoff man on, their 4th hit of the night. Well, Plakus did not hit it hard, but he did the job. That kind of shows how strong he is. That ball did not sound good coming off the bat. It was off the end of the bat, but he muscled it into right center field. So the top of the order, and Trevor Howell will come up to bat. And Rob McCoy, the head coach for Niagara in his 11th season, will head out and make the call to the bullpen. So Matthew Brash goes 7+ innings, gives up just the 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error behind him. We'll take a quick break on GoUVU.com. The Wolverines have the go-ahead run on base in the 8th inning. Tie game. We'll be back after this.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at the UCCU ballpark in Orem, Utah. New pitcher coming in for Niagara It'll be number 26, Ben Irwin. Irwin, a 6'1 sophomore from Spruce Grove, Alberta. The right-hander on the year, making his 4th appearance. He's got 2 starts with an 0-2 record with a 15.88 ERA. In 5 2/3 innings, has allowed 9 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, 6 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .321 off the right-hander, and he's got Trevor Howell here with no outs and a runner on at first.
Howell steps in. We'll see if he tries to bunt that runner into scoring position. He does. He pulls back the bunt, though, and the ball goes to the backstop through the legs of Telvin. And that is better than a bunt. That has to be a pass ball. I don't know if Telvin, if they got crossed up with the new pitcher coming out there with the signs, or if for some reason Howell squaring around blocked Telvin's view for an instant, but it went through his legs to the backstop, and the go-ahead run is in scoring position.
And this kind of changes how you can play it if you're head coach Eric Matson, because now you can bunt, you can move the runner over, and with the way the offense has been tonight for Utah Valley, that may not be a bad idea, just to try to play some small ball and move the runner.
Yeah, put that go-ahead run at third base with less than 2 outs. Irwin throws. A bunt is indeed laid down. Now the umpire comes out foul ball. It hit Howell while he was in the batter's box, and it's 1-1. Well, Irwin does have that astronomical earned run average, but he's had 3 outings, and that's from 1 outing. He gave up 6 runs in 2 innings at New Mexico. Other than that, he has faced North Carolina A&T, went 3 innings. He gave up 4 earned runs in that one, so that'll hurt the ERA. His last outing at Bucknell, he went 2/3 of an inning, did not give up a run.
I'll credit Niagara.
Ball in the dirt here, and it's 2-1.
They have went out and they've scheduled opponents in various parts of the United States, and they're going to be well prepared. And I mean, I guess they kind of have to. Playing baseball up in the Northeast, this can be a little sketchy this time of year. But boy, you have to just kind of like the fact that they went and they've played teams that they feel like are going to be competitive to prepare them for conference.
Here's the 2-1 to Howell. He squares around early. Irwin throws. A fastball is bunted back to the pitcher on the left side of the mound. He has it, throws to first, and it gets away from the first baseman, Battaglia. Heading to third base on the error is Plakas, and Howell will head to second. And that's huge because that bunt was bunted to the left side, and Plakas could not advance on it. That was going to be a wasted out. But Howell has good speed. He hustled up the line. And we'll see who they charge that error to. I would think it would be on the first baseman. It looked like a pretty good throw to Battaglia, and it got by him. That was really odd. So here is the perfect situation for the Wolverines. Your best hitter, Michael Beltran, is at the plate. Runners at second and third, nobody out in a tie game. The infield comes in for Niagara. The pitch, ball down low. The Wolverines do not need a base hit to take the lead. A fly ball to the outfield would do it, most likely. And now they're going to intentionally walk Michael Beltran, which is not a bad idea. And that's a new rule as well. You do not have to throw 4 balls to intentionally walk someone. Just the automatic walk. A rule change in 2019 to mimic the rule in the big leagues and to save time. So here's the 3-place hitter, Paul Estrada.
And they're gonna go on that bunt. They're gonna give Trevor Howell the base hit, and they're gonna say it was an error on the throw that allowed Howell then to get to second. So if you're Trevor Howell there, you're gonna get credit for a base hit.
So an E3 or an E1, I beg your pardon on that. A ball misses down and away to Estrada. Bases loaded, nobody out. Niagara won, Utah Valley won. This is interesting. The middle infield will play back, play for the double play, but they'll allow the go-ahead run to come in to score should Estrada hit it on the ground. The pitch, swing and a miss. A fastball at 87 miles an hour. Estrada waved at it, and it's 1-1. I don't know if I've ever seen that. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. If Niagara gives up a run, they have 3 outs to work with.
Well, and then you have 6, 7, and 8 coming up. If you're Niagara, you got a hitter who 2 of his 3 outs tonight have gone up the middle. So it's just kind of an interesting strategy here if you're Niagara, because anything up the middle at this point, if you're Paul Estrada, gives Utah Valley the lead, you would think.
The 1-1 is taken for a ball down low. An off-speed pitch that Estrada laid off.
I don't know if it's a situational thing where they're thinking maybe there's 1 out in the inning. I don't know exactly. Jordan, I'm like you. I have not seen this. The only time I've seen this kind of a situation happen is if you have like a 1-run lead. But I've never seen it in a tie game.
The 2-1 pitch to Estrada. A fastball misses down and in, and it's 3-1. So now Irwin has to come in. A walk would give the Wolverines the lead. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 8th. Nobody out. 1-1 the score. The 3-1 pitch to Estrada. A swing and a ground ball to first. Battaglia will come home for 1 out, and that's the only one they'll get. A huge out, though, for Niagara. That throw pulled Tevlin off home plate toward the first base side, but he kept his foot on the base, or on the plate, I should say. So Estrada takes first base on the fielder's choice. Plakas is retired. Estrada to first, Howell to third. Here is Sims. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch. An off-speed pitch right there on the outside corner, strike 1. So now it makes sense if you have the middle infield back, which Niagara does. A double play ends the inning. The first baseman, Battaglia, in on the edge of the infield grass. The third baseman even with the bag, a step behind it maybe. A pitch and a ground ball to third. Foul ball. That one nearly bounced over the third base bag. The home plate umpire, Randy Upton, made the call. And the count is 0-2 to Sims. The Wolverines still do not need a base hit to take the lead. A fly ball would do it, but now Sims down 0-2. Irwin trying to work out of the big-time jam. The 2-strike offering. A swing and a ground ball through the right side, base hit. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes Beltran. He scores. And the Wolverines take a 3-1 lead. Drew Sims comes up with a 1-out base hit through the right side. Not a ball that was hit terribly hard, but it was wide enough to the left of Cole. He couldn't get there. And the Wolverines with a seeing eye signal to take a 2-run lead in the 8th.
You know, some days, Jordan, we've seen where a ball like that quickly becomes 2 and you get out of the inning. And right there, not quite that deep in the hole, but there, that's Drew Sims doing a nice job taking the ball the other way, really just kind of taking what he got. It's easy in that situation, Jordan, to say, I want to hit the game-winning grand slam and try to do too much there. Drew Sims just stays in there, tries to make contact, knew the situation. Hey, if I can get it at least in the hole there, it's going to be tough for them to turn 2.
So here's Marco. Irwin throws over to first base. Sims back in diving. Estrada is at third base. Runners on the corners. Irwin trying to limit the damage. 3-1 Wolverines, bottom of the 8th. 2 men on, 1 man out. Marco has homered tonight. Irwin throws. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. Strike 1. Well, that's the beauty with Sims of just putting the ball in play. He was a right-handed hitter, so Cole, the second baseman, was shaded up the middle. And Sims snuck it through the right side. Even if Cole had gotten to that ball, it was slowly hit enough that I think at least 1 run would have scored. The 1-strike pitch is popped up out in front of home plate on the third base side, and just to the, actually in foul territory by a step, Tevlin makes the catch, and there are 2 outs.
And that's the thing with situational hitting is sometimes you don't need the hardest hit ball. You just need it placed well enough on the infield. And kind of like you said, Jordan, if that ball, you get that same ball hit deep in the hole at short, there's only one out there you're going to get. You're not going to get the throw to the plate, you know. And so a great job there by Utah Valley and Drew Sims. And I think that's just another step you're seeing in situational hitting from a freshman who was in a big learning curve to now saying, hey, you know, I have 60, 70 games under my belt now. I can hit this kind of pitching.
The right-handed hitting Hall steps up. He takes a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes to him. Hall singled back in the 2nd inning. That was the Wolverines' first hit at the time. They have 5 now. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. A right-handed hitter, Irwin, looks at Estrada, who's dancing off third. The pitch, a fastball comes in, inside, 2-0. So the Wolverines have scored 2 in this inning without a real hard-hit ball. A couple of singles, a walk, an error. Irwin now throws over to first base. Again, Sims back and diving. I would be very surprised if Sims took off here to try and draw a throw from Tevlin, the catcher. Sims is not a fast runner. 3-1, Utah Valley with the lead. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. 2 men on base. Irwin throws. A fastball in at the knees for strike 1. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to Cody Hall, the Wolverines' second baseman. He came into the ballgame batting .283. 5 RBIs on the year. Irwin set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a line drive into right center field. That's going to get down. It's going to roll a while. 1 run comes in to score. Sims heads into third. Hall with a 2-out double, providing an extra run for the Wolverines. It's 4-1 Utah Valley. And that's a hit the Wolverines have been looking for a while. A timely hit and one that provides some insurance. Here is the freshman, Ty Vargas. So Estrada trots in from third. Sims takes third on the double. Bailey did a nice job in center of cutting that ball off in front of the warning track to save another run. The pitch to Vargas. Fastball misses low, ball 1. Vargas reached on an error back in the 7th inning. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. He hit a ball on the ground to the shortstop, Giordano, and it went right through his legs. That did not come back to hurt Niagara, though. The pitch, a swing and a drive into right center field. That one's going to fall for a base hit, and this is going to clear the bases. Sims in to score. The back runner scores as well. That's Hall, and the freshman Ty Vargas comes up with a big double, and the Wolverines now lead 6-1. He just drove that ball the other way, and that's a great piece of hitting by the freshman. And now the Wolverines really have opened it up.
And really, if you're Ty Vargas, Jordan, this is an opportunity for you to say, hey, coach, I want some more at-bats. Getting hits like that in these kind of situations. And, you know, if you're Eric Madsen, you have to be in that dugout going, this is kind of what I was expecting. Something like this, hey, we can score runs, and you have to like what doing putting a crooked number up like this is going to do confidence-wise for Utah Valley heading into, you know, the rest of this game and tomorrow.
Here is Polson, the 9th man to come to the plate in this 8th for the Wolverines. A fastball catches the inside corner, strike 1. Irwin just trying to get that last out. 6-1, the Wolverines with a 5-run lead here. Line drive, base hit into center field. Vargas is going to come around third. The throw from Bailey in center is too late. Heading into second ahead of the throw is Polson. He has an RBI single, and it's 7-1. And everybody getting in on it now. So now Plakas will come to hit for the 2nd time this inning. And the Wolverines really could use this victory. I know we've said that, but in the last 4 games, during this 4-game losing streak, the Wolverines have been outscored 36-6. They are up 7-1 here in the bottom of the 8th.
The nice thing, too, is these are not cheap hits Utah Valley's getting. These are hard hit balls on days where, whether it's 20 degrees or whether it's 80 degrees outside, you're going to get these same hits. And that has to be a good sign. That means your hitters are seeing the baseball well.
Plakas takes a strike. Yeah, Sims with the big hit. That was a slow roller that found outfield grass. But other than that, you're right, Ryan. All hard hits going the other way as well. Here's a little roller out in front of home plate. This is going to be a tough play for Tevlin, the catcher. From his knees, he throws to first. Not in time. No one's covering home. And coming in safely is Polson. A very heads-up play by Polson to see that no one was covering home, and Tevlin's hurt. The catcher writhing in pain on the infield grass after making a valiant effort trying to throw out Plakas on the ball out in front of home plate, and I think it's his left shoulder.
He's in a lot of pain, too. Just looking down, he was wincing and rolling over. I think, I don't know. He's kind of slid to make a play for the ball, and I'm wondering if he slid one way trying to throw another way and just kind of maybe pulled the shoulder, as that's not going to be a fun feeling for this catcher. As it looks like the athletic trainer, it looks like Beeve Levitt out there for Utah Valley, just taking a look at him here and making sure that he's all in good shape right here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, hopefully Tevlin's all right. Beeve, as you mentioned, Ryan, testing that shoulder out. So another run comes in for the Wolverines. It's 8-1 now. A 7-run 8th inning for Utah Valley. Well, tomorrow night our next broadcast will be at 6 o'clock, the second and final game of this series with Niagara. Then the Wolverines are right back at it next weekend, 3 against UC Irvine, the Anteaters coming in. For Niagara next weekend, they'll head out to Cincinnati.
Saw pictures of that ballpark a few weeks back. I was watching something on, there's a story on the Chicago Cubs as we see Tevlin get back up to his feet here, and it looks like he's going to come out of the ball game. It looks like right here. They'll put a backup catcher in. Looks like it's going to be number 28. That's Matt Zarimba. The junior catcher will come in. But there was a story on the Chicago Cubs, and they were talking about kind of their scouting and draft process. And they're talking about Ian Happ, who was a Bearcat there at Cincinnati, talking about how just it was one of those things with him, just some natural ability and talent. They're going to let the pitcher, I think, throw a couple here, let the catcher get acclimated a little bit. And it's such a cold night here. I'm sure the pitcher for Niagara out there, that's Ben Irwin, probably appreciates being able to throw a few after a delay like that.
Yeah, long delay, and as you mentioned, Ryan, very cold out. So Zaremba comes in to replace Tevlin. He was not in so much pain as he left the game, so hopefully that's a good sign. But the Wolverines will have a man at first base. Still 2 outs in the inning, an 8-1 lead for UVU. Top of the order, Trevor Howell to bat for the second time in this inning. He came around to score after singling and reaching on and then advancing on an error. He bunted one to the left side of the pitcher's mound, and Irwin, the pitcher, pounced on it, but the speedy Howell beat it out, and then Irwin made a bad throw to first. Howell 0 for 3 otherwise. The pitch in there for a strike. I say 0 for 3. He's 1 for 4. He did pick up that single on the bunt. Takes a strike. Now Irwin throws and a swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. We'll see who the Wolverines put out there. I assume it'll be Jesse Schmidt. He's had to sit for quite a while. The 0-2 pitch to Howell. Fastball in the dirt. That gets by the backup catcher, Zaremba, and taking second will be Plakas. Righty versus righty. I beg your pardon, the Purple Eagles already played a game earlier today against the University of Utah. So this is their second game. And then tomorrow morning they'll play against BYU. The 1-2 pitch, curveball, foul tipped at home plate off of Zaremba. And that's what you love if you're a backup catcher. You come in, it's freezing cold, and you get tipped. He's all right, though.
It's just such a quick turnaround for Niagara. They're going to probably go straight back to the hotel, get some sleep, and then just get ready to go again tomorrow because you got to turn around. And I don't blame them with the way the schedule's played out this weekend for them. They want to get games in coming all the way to Utah, not just sit around at a hotel or do whatever teams do when they're on the road.
Howell fouls one back, and I mention that because Tevlin, who just left the game with the shoulder injury, he started the game in Provo earlier today. They played that University of Utah team at Miller Park because Smith's Field up in Salt Lake City was covered in snow and was unplayable.
I wonder how many teams do that non-conference. They come play Utah, BYU, and Utah all in the same week.
Well, for Niagara, as Howell takes one up and in, it's 2-2. It's a great deal because you're coming so far. And to get those three teams here in the Rocky Mountains where not a lot of teams have a baseball program. Fewer than you might think. You have Colorado and Northern Colorado. Or not, I beg your pardon, Air Force in Northern Colorado. The 2-2 coming from Irwin. Curveball stays up high. It's a full count to Howell.
I mean, you really look at it. You look at D1 baseball programs here in kind of the neighboring states, and I'm solely focusing on the teams that are Division I. You got the three here in Utah that we just mentioned. You go to Colorado, you get Northern Colorado Air Force. You get New Mexico State. You get Arizona State Grand Canyon. You get UNLV. There's nobody north.
I was going to say, those Arizona and New Mexico schools, those are a lot farther away than you would imagine if you don't live out here.
Boise State will have baseball here in the short. I think they begin playing next year, I think.
3-2 pitch to Howell is fouled back. So Howell, a nice at bat here against Irwin, trying to get that bat going. He came into the ball game batting just 169. Plakas is at second base. The Wolverines leading 8-1 here in the last of the eighth. 7 runs in this eighth inning. The Boise State, their program, it should be fun because that's an 6-hour drive from Orem or so as Howell fouls another one off from Irwin. And then, of course, Dixie State, they'll become a Division I club, or Division I team, I should say, program, next season. And they join the WAC.
Yeah, it would be really interesting to see. Boise State brought in Gary Van Tol, who's a longtime manager in the Chicago Cubs organization. Has seen a lot of success up in the Pacific Northwest, coaching in the Northwest League and things like that. They have Memorial Stadium there.
Howell fouls another pitch off.
Home of the Boise Hawks, which will be a really kind of a fun, interesting scenario for them to have a chance to play baseball at Treasure Valley Community College, just across the Oregon-Idaho border there in Ontario. They've put together some really good teams there, so that's going to give Gary Van Tol and that Boise State program a really good kind of recruiting bed in that aspect. I don't know what it's going to look like when it comes to their conference play.
Here comes the 11th pitch of the at-bat, and Howell swings and misses. So a great at-bat by Howell, though he strikes out in the end. Last chance for Niagara. We head to the top of the ninth. 8-1, Utah Valley leading.
Wolverines, 7 runs on 7 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. After 8 complete, it's your Wolverines 8 and Niagara 1. Hey fans, Pepsi, it's the official soft drink of Utah Valley University. Delicious, refreshing Pepsi. Wake up on the bright side with every stay at Makita. And Wolverine fans, join the Wolverines here at UCCU Ballpark tomorrow, March 12th at 6 p.m. as UVU baseball takes on Niagara University in the second and last game of this series. For tickets, visit gouvu.com/tickets.
The Wolverines leading 8-1. O'Connor to lead things off for Niagara. He takes a ball, a strike at the knees. A low strike called by Randy Upton. Back out on the mound for the Wolverines in his third inning of relief, Jesse Schmidt. The one strike offering, a swing and a ground ball to first. Polson to his right has it. He underhands to Schmidt covering, and there's one away. Well, here comes Zaremba. Zaremba came in as a defensive replacement for Tevlin, the catcher, who injured himself in the last half of the eighth. So this is Zaremba's first at-bat in this game, and if we are to believe it, it is his first at-bat of the season. He takes a strike at 88 miles an hour, a fastball from Schmidt. The 0-1, Zaremba takes strike two, a curveball in there. So nice job by Schmidt to just throw strikes here with a 7-run cushion. 0-2 to Zaremba. He swings and lines one off the glove of Polson, the first baseman. Hall picks it up. He underhands to Schmidt covering the bag, but it's way too late. Polson almost made a terrific grab on that. Zaremba with an absolute smoked line drive down that first base line. And I believe that's his first hit because that's his first at bat of the season. So Zaremba comes in cold, reaches base with one out. Here is Cole.
We have a pinch run